Hello everybody and welcome back to Resident Evil HD. Last video we got our shield key, and with this we're going to be able to fight our first boss. We're going to go ahead and do that right away in this video and get it over and done with. And for the time being, I'm going to be going in totally bare. I'm only going to have the shield and armor key in my inventory. Now you may be thinking that going to a boss battle unequipped is a stupid idea, but obviously there's going to be a bit of a sort of twist to this battle. I wouldn't purposely go totally unprepared and get myself in any sort of unnecessary danger if I could avoid it. What we need to do is head back towards our buddy Richard, because there is a door on the eastern side of the mansion, one single door that we need to use that shield key on. And I don't remember if I pointed it out. I think I did when we were in the area, but if not, you'll probably recognize the area as soon as we go back there anyways, because it's not like we were there all that long ago. So up the stairs and through this door. It's probably a good idea to come and check on Richard too. While we're at it, just monitor how it is that he's doing. So here he is. He looks okay. Richard is resting peacefully, sleeping off all that snake toxin. So it's in this room, and it's this door. And as you can tell by the shape of the room, it's rather large, which always means boss arena in most games. It's always the biggest and baddest rooms that hold all of the bad stuff. So we're prepared for it, though. We know going in that there's something waiting for us in this room. And I would highly recommend at this point that you have at least 2 inventory slots empty, because you don't want to have to leave this room and come back for any sort of reason because you don't have enough inventory slots. Oh my god. That is a snake. I think it's safe to assume that's what got Richard.
Payback time.
And speaking of, hey, Richard, I just checked on you. Well, look at that. He's gonna help us with this, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and grab our third death mask. That is pretty much the only reason that we came in here, is to get that key item. But if you hold on long enough, Richard is going to shoot the crap out of the snake, whose official name, by the way, is Yawn. And this will allow us to completely save on using any ammo. We don't have to bring a gun to this battle, and I didn't do so because you don't really need to. Now, obviously, Richard's only going to be here if you saved him using the serum, and he's only going to be here in Jill's campaign. So keep that in mind if you're playing as Chris.
Thanks.
Jill!
Oh no, Richard.
Richard!
Richard has got it rough. He has got some bad luck. Well, he kind of got his revenge against the snake, and he repaid us for saving his life. Unfortunately, the only thing left of Richard is his awesome assault shotgun, so we are going to take that and we are going to leave. There's no point in staying around and trying to fight Jan because we can't defeat him yet. So at that point, as soon as Richard bites the dust, saves your life, it's best to sort of just walk away. And we were in this room earlier to get the sheet music, but I completely forgot to pick up those shells. Probably a good idea to do that now, especially considering that now we actually have a shotgun. And Richard's shotgun is significantly better than the shotgun we got from the trap room. And I would definitely recommend using that shotgun from now on. Additionally, it also comes loaded with 10 shells, which is awesome because that's an extra 10 shells we didn't have before. And now that we're here on the eastern side of the mansion, we have a couple of rooms that we can use our armor key on. We've kind of been mostly on the western side of the mansion, sort of dealing with things over there, so now it's time to open up some doors that we haven't had a chance to look at on this side. Starting with this room upstairs. Couple of herbs in this room here. And if we take a look at the map, there's also 2 side rooms in here, and both of them are accessible. This one isn't locked, so you can come in here. And this room just has goodies. This one has no enemies or anything like that. And there's just a couple of goodies for us to pick up. There is an ink ribbon, and there is a first aid box. I think that's actually our first one so far. And there's something else in here. I think there's something on the side table. Yeah, it's another herb. Okay. That's okay. We can pick that up. I just have to combine those two to make some space. A nice little gift room for us, just giving us a couple of goodies, which is always nice. We haven't gotten ink ribbons in a little while. I think the last time we got a couple of those was in the piano room. Now, I will be going into that other side room, but I can't really do that at the moment because my inventory is completely stuffed. But luckily, our other save room is right down here. They've really put these save rooms in very, very convenient locations. Even though there's only 2 of them that we've run into so far, for the most part, I think I've planned it out where we haven't had to do a lot of backtracking. It's all been sort of very conveniently put there for us, which is always a good thing. And I totally made a mistake. I said this was our 3rd death mask, but it's only our 2nd one. There are 4 in total, so right now we're halfway there. And I know where the other 2 are. And we will be getting those shortly, because now that we've sort of dealt with Jan, that's pretty much going to be our next objective. Because at the moment, we're actually running out of doors to open with our armor key. And we've opened a lot of doors in the mansion at this point, so eventually we're going to have to move on and figure out where else to go. So this door here, look at this place. This is kind of crazy. Looks like a bug museum or something. There's all sorts of experiments and whatnot here. And there's a file on the desk, which is the researcher's will. Alma, I have tried to survive only to see you again, but my efforts only delayed the inevitable. I am infected, and there is no cure for what will follow, except to end my life before I lose the only thing that separates me from them. My love for you. In an hour, I'll have entered my eternal sleep where there is peace. Please understand. Please know that I am sorry. Martin Crackler. All sorts of depressing memos in this place, I tell ya. The display in the back of the room here has a fish hook. The display at the front of the room near the door has a bee specimen. And the display to the right of the door has a lure of bee. So if you take a look at the specimens, this one here has real life specimens, and this one here has a bunch of lures. So obviously that is going to be key. What we can do is combine the fish hook and the lure of a bee to make a bee lure. And then all that remains is to put those two bees in the appropriate spots. Obviously the lure is going to go with the rest of the lures, and the bee is going to go with the specimens. And after you've done that, you can press the switch. Turns out that bee is alive. It was just playing tricks. So let's pick up the Wind Crest and get the hell out of here. There is no point in trying to do battle with that bee. You will just get hurt. There's no way to defeat it as far as I know. And Jill will just sit there and swat at it all day and just get nothing done. So once we have the Wind Crest, we can get the heck out of there. And a side note too is that you don't actually need the Wind Crest for anything except for a weapon. That is completely 100% optional. So if you're doing a speed run, or you just don't care about 100% or extra things, or you don't want to deal with more puzzles, then you can completely skip that room 100% entirely. So let's put that down here because we're not going to need it for quite some time. Where are we at right now? We've got our armor key and we've got our shotgun. And I think that's probably good for now. I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to use this door one last time. Fingers crossed, because we do need to solve a puzzle in this hallway. The doorknob looks like it's ready to fall apart. Okay. It looks like I can go through this door one last time, but I'm pretty sure it's broke now and there's going to be no way for me to get back through it. Which is okay. Oh, zombie, hello. Let's use the armor key and just ignore him for now. We'll do one last puzzle here. I think we've got some time. This is an art gallery, and we can hear and see there's a bunch of crows. Now, don't be alarmed. The crows are not going to hurt you unless you do the puzzle wrong. So there's no point in trying to shoot at these crows or anything like that. Just make sure you do the puzzle correctly. So if we take a look at the picture at the end here, it says Lisa protected by the three spirits. A picture of a woman wearing a bracelet, a necklace, and a crown. And the key is to pay attention to the items that she's wearing and what color they are. So let's go back to the start here, and what you can do is take a look at the different pictures and we can actually change the colors of them. A picture of a Valiant wearing a bracelet. It's set in yellow stained glass. Press the switch and it'll turn orange. The lady was wearing an orange bracelet. So that corresponds with the painting. And she is wearing a green crown and a purple necklace. A bracelet, she's wearing orange. We don't need to switch that one. Picture of a sage wearing a necklace. We need to switch that one to purple. And the last thing is the crown. And that should turn green. Perfect. Okay, so we've lined that up, and that should solve this. Once you've turned all the pictures, you can push the switch at the end. And then the door will open if you've done the puzzle successfully. So congrats. Wonderful. Our prize is going to be our third death mask. And this is also really nice because now we have a shortcut that takes us into the courtyard. So this will allow you to get from the middle room right over to the western side of the mansion pretty darn easily. You don't have to worry about going upstairs to the second floor or down the stairs or through the balcony or anything like that. This shortcut is insanely useful, and I use it a whole heck of a lot. So you will see me kind of abuse that shortcut, especially later on. It becomes really, really useful. There's also some shotgun shells here that I didn't bother to pick up before. And if you're running low on inventory space, at this point in time, what you can do is you can start to put your masks in their appropriate area down here. This is the area that we got our first key. This is where we got the sword key. And this is also where we're going to be putting these masks in order to solve the puzzle. So if you take a look, it'll tell you what each mask is. So this one doesn't have a mouth. And if you take a look, it'll also tell you which ones are missing each part. So this one is missing the eyes, nose, and mouth. And the nose, the mouth. So we put our mask there. So, you know, I mean, that's a pretty easy puzzle to figure out, and it's really convenient to put that mask there just because we're so close, and it will save you some inventory space. Now, once we have the other three masks, we can bring those back and sort of solve that puzzle. But we still have one more mask left to find. And that's gonna be our next objective. We'll pick up that last mask, and then we'll take the remaining three down there and sort of solve that puzzle. Now that we're in the main hall, it's completely safe here. This is probably actually a really good place for me to stop. I can go back to one of two save rooms and then go from there in the next video. So thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.